Hello, my cherished ducklings. And if you're wondering why I look like a 1970s country western singer, I will tell you. It's because it's been a slightly challenging week for me. I'm better now. But when I feel a little challenged, I like to dance around my house singing old classic country western songs really loud. So, ready? I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometimes. When you take, you gotta give some love and let live and let go. Oh, 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 I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. There you go. And no auto tune. So, hi, darlings. Hello, my cherished ducklings everywhere. I'm Peri Lyons. This is Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic on Moonstruck TV and A1R Radio. I'm so glad you're here. I'm sending you love from my heart to your heart. Boom, got that? And we are about to do the Psychic Tarot Weather. And this is where I pick 3 cards. And the first card is the beginning of the week, starting now. Second card is the middle of the week, which is the weekend. Third card is the rest of the week. Ta-da! I knew you could do it. Before we start, I just want to say I did a wonderful podcast today with my terrific friend, Bridget Leroy, who has a metaphysical podcast called Crazy Connections, Crazed Connections, which is on Riverside. You can get the Riverside app. It was a lot of fun. I told my ghost stories, told my origin story of how I found out I was a psychic, which is long. You guys have heard most of it. Maybe I'll tell a little bit later on. But right now, I'm going to do the Psychic Tarot Weather, and I am staring at my phone like a lovesick teenager waiting for your call. Because when you call, I will give you accurate, loving, helpful, useful, and sometimes slightly goofy answers. Oh, Stephanie. Well, I love Illinois. I know where Royalton is. Cool. All right, my darling. I'm about to do the Psychic Tarot Weather. So what I'm going to ask you to do is concentrate on your question or questions. And I'm going to ask you to breathe deeply like this. And then take another deep breath on top of that one. And then go like this. Blow out through pursed lips. And everybody do this because it is so good for your vagus nerve. So do that 3 times. So it's it's not very dignified, but it's good for your vagus nerve in the U.S. as opposed to your vagus nerve, which is where when it gets stimulated, you wake up in a hotel room in a Nevada city surrounded by exhausted sex workers, empty liquor bottles, and wondering where the last decade went. But enough about my private life. Okay, I'm going to do the Psychic Tarot Weather. And Stephanie, hang on. I lived in Chicago for years. Illinois is awesome. The people are so nice. Except you guys call soda pop. It's like, hand me a pop. What is that? Okay, I'll be right back, baby. All right. So, interestingly enough, the first card, there's some cards when I get them in a spread and I'm working with a client one-on-one or over Zoom, which I do. And by the way, this week I'm running a special. If you want a reading with me, I'm usually $400. I am doing a special this week for $200, 1 week only. You can get in touch with me on my Facebook, Peri Lyons, Perilyons. I never do this. So now is the time, 75 minutes of the best reading you'll ever have. Okay, where was I? Okay, there are some cards that when I get them in a spread, there's kind of no way to sugarcoat it. It's like, not like this one, this card, which is a guy struggling under, 9, 10 wands, 10 big sticks. But the good news is he hasn't fallen over. The other good news is that 10 always means it's the end of a cycle. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you've been taking care of everybody but you, if you're feeling overwhelmed, 2 things. It's going to get better within the next couple of days. And when you are overwhelmed, here's what I tell myself. Peri, if you're going to eat an elephant, eat it 1 bite at a time. I'm not recommending you eat elephants, just to be clear. I don't want PETA after me. Second card is really interesting. Over the weekend, I don't know if there's somebody you have a crush on or it's none of my business. Well, actually, totally my business. Feel free to call and ask. But second card is a really interesting card. Doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection, although it probably is. So if you're married or in a relationship, good for you. This means that you will be having some sort of, I love this word, rapprochement. That's French for sort of a meeting of the mind and heart with your sweetheart. If not, it means that you can make a meaningful connection with somebody you don't know yet. Wink, wink. That's very hard to do in false eyelashes. Don't try this at home. Or you and your crush might connect. It could also mean that a friend of the opposite sex and you are going to really support each other. Doesn't necessarily mean you'll become romantic. It's like the 20% meaning. The other 80% is let's get it on. Ooh, baby. Okay. So that's middle of the week, like the weekend. That's a good card for the weekend. And the last card does not mean what it looks like it means. You will not be hung up by one heel upside down while crossing your arms, unless that's your idea of a good time, in which case, no judgment. But what this does mean is you might have some sort of spiritual awakening, or somebody around you who has been resistant to changing a problem that's affecting both of your lives might be suddenly less resistant to talking about it. If you're in a relationship with somebody who has maybe an addiction, food addiction, smoking, something like that. We all know what the addictions are. There's a ton of them. I personally am addicted to Breyer's low-carb peanut butter ice cream, but I'm getting help. Don't despair. So this means that either you will be going through some sort of spiritual revelation. I mean, that doesn't have to be huge. It's not like Clarence the angel is going to come down and keep you from jumping off the bridge. I just watched It's a Wonderful Life. God, that's a great movie. But where was I? It does mean that you're going to have some sort of like little spiritual awakening. You're going to maybe feel a little more compassionate to somebody than you did before. Maybe you're going to forgive yourself for having had bad things happen to you. Wasn't your fault. Okay? All right. Woo! Okay. Stephanie, we're on. Talk to me, baby. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can. I can. It's a little low, but I can hear you.
Hello. Yay. Is it snowing there yet?
Right now it's raining. It's a lot of raining right now.
I'm sorry. Okay, my love. I will speak up because I had 3 packs of brand new headphones not work in the last, so not using headphones.
Oh, no.
So I will project, and I like to connect to people through their birthdays. So when is your birthday?
My birthday is October 31st of 81.
Oh, I have shoes older than you. I love this. My favorite week of Scorpio. I'm a Pisces, and I have a PhD in Scorpios. But the first week of Scorpio, the one you're in, you guys are just the best people on the planet. I mean, aside from the Leos and Aquarius and Libra, I love all signs. I have a special weakness for this week of.
It seems like it's like that. Oh, I mean, every month. First couple of weeks is okay. Last couple of weeks is kind of right. A little bit on edge.
Well, I have to tell you, I was kind of born a couple weeks into March, so now I'm feeling a little like, But some of them. What can I help you with?
Well, I'm hoping to find employment soon, and as you said about the love life, I've been going through difficulties with that too because my husband was separated for 4 years, but I have a live-in boyfriend, but he's had some mental issues, and it's a little disturbing, and it's just he's unbalanced, very unbalanced. He is, but luckily I have somebody by my side that is understanding, and he doesn't get frustrated with if I have to talk to him on the phone or calm him down or or something. He just things are different. It's a little bit hard, and I'm really focused on finding work right now for myself so I can keep my mind busy. And that I'll just move my oldest back home today, or it's like yesterday evening. We finally got everything done. So my house is full again with my girls, and that feels great. That feels so.
Well, that's
great.
great. You 3 girls?
So close to Thanksgiving, so that part feels wonderful.
Do you have 2 girls or 3 girls?
I have 2.
Oh, okay. For some reason I got 3, but that's okay. What I will say, I'm a little worried about your boyfriend.
My boyfriend has a daughter.
Oh, okay.
So I would have.
Thank you.
How
long have you guys been together? 2 years? 3 years?
4.
4. Okay. I'm just a tiny bit worried because I was with somebody like that, but they were just when they were good, they were so good. There was nobody better. He was brilliant, charming, and looked a little like Cary Grant, who's an old movie star nobody's heard of but me anymore. But he was gorgeous, he had English accent, and so like 75% of the time he was wonderful, and then 25% of the time he was really not. And I finally went into therapy, which is a good thing for psychics to do because we have to stay extra sane. Actually, it's a good thing for anybody, but
Right.
But extra sane now with extra sane sauce on the side. My therapist said, "Would you eat a hamburger that had 50% poop in it?" I'm like, "What are you, crazy?" No. I said, "Well, would you eat a hamburger that had 25% poop in it?" I'm like, "Why are you even?" And she said, "Would you eat a hamburger that's got like 5% poop?" And it's like, "No, I want a poop-free hamburger. Thank you very much. And by the way, we're not going to lunch." And what she was trying to tell me is that even though things were wonderful when he was wonderful, the how not wonderful he was, which was scaring me, was sufficiently not wonderful that I eventually had to find my way out of that relationship. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I am getting.
But that's not the boyfriend. That's actually what you explained there is my. We're still married, so I'm saying my husband. Legally, we're still married, and we were together for 18 years.
If you're legally still married, that is what I'm picking up. Sorry about that. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. That's what you're picking up. Yeah.
Oh, he's a little bonkers. I'm glad you're out of there. Thank you. I don't know how to say this tactfully and excuse the technical psychiatric language, but he's cuckoo for coconuts, pal. Anyway.
Yeah. So don't sugarcoat it. Just I'm good with you. I'm like free seat. Just bring it to me. Just bring it all to me.
Yeah.
Like a blunt
I used to be like that. When I hit a certain age, which I'm not going to tell you what it was, I suddenly got like, peace and quiet sounds like fun. But
yes.
But I think you're fine for now. And I love your kids. You did a great job with your girls. They're really good people. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm getting in terms of your job. Okay, hold on. I'm actually going to draw a card. I don't do that very often, but during the show.
Thank you.
That's really interesting. Huh. Oh, that's really good. Okay, I got the Queen of Cups, kind of a crazy deck. My cousin Dusty sent me this deck from Germany. Very cool, but it's very German looking. It's very like dark. So the Queen of Cups is a Scorpio woman. It can also be a Pisces or a Cancer woman, but it's you. When you get this card, it means that you're entering in a time of real self-expression and kind of, for lack of a better word, I don't want to sound like a fortune teller, but kind of good luck, if that makes sense. So, and I have a feeling you are so good with people. You have a lot of skills. I'm not sure you finished your college degree, but that's okay. Me neither, frankly. But you're very, very good with people. Oh, let me just tell my
Yes,
next caller. Hey, Narelle. My best friend in Australia is also called Narelle. I'll be with you in a few minutes. I'm on with Stephanie, but don't go anywhere and do that deep vagus nerve breath while you're waiting. Okay. Stephanie. Okay. And you spell it the right way, too. You, Stephanie. Okay. Here's what I'm getting. It's you don't live in a huge town, but you do live in a town that has a couple of fancy hotels. Am I right?
Actually, I've reside in work. We call it a village. We have a dollar store and a Casey's, and I have I'm in the middle of 3 different larger towns.
But I'm going to say that you're within 20 miles. You're within driving distance of.
Correct.
I'm going to say that 25 miles to the. I'm going to say north is a town that's got what I'm getting at. When I say hotels, I'm not suggesting you should go be a call girl. No. I'm a collect call girl. I pay them. No, I'm kidding. What I am suggesting is you'd be really good working in hotels as a concierge or if you started in reception. You're so good with people and you're kind of psychic, possibly because about knowing what people need or want, because you're so thoughtful. You're so thoughtful. Also, you're a mom, so of course you have that, but you have it more than most people. So doing something like that and being in an elegant and kind of glamorous environment would, I think, be wonderful for you. Because I just think you've got such an elegance to you. You really do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Home health care. I was thinking about a health care home. Help at home, health care, maybe.
A healthcare home? I think that's as somebody, I took care of my elderly crippled mother for the last 5 years of her life. I can tell you that if you are good at home health care, you are worth your weight in gold. I had such trouble finding good help. So somebody with your personality and your patience, I think you'd be great at that. I was just suggesting the hotel because it's kind of the same amount of money and a little less lifting people around, but you're very empathetic. So you could either find the best agency in a 50-mile range or start your own agency. Not that hard. And you've got some good business skills. You're good at business. Now, let's get back to your love life. I think you're getting married. Hold on a sec. Let me just pull a card to see if I'm right about that. When you take, you gotta give some love. Yep. They were getting married. And, if he's been with you for 4 years, put a ring on it already, dude. I'm not saying
I'm not even divorced yet.
What? You're not doing it? You don't want to get married? You don't have to.
No, I'm not divorced yet from my husband. Still, but I'm still not divorced from him from him yet.
That guy, one well-placed meteorite where your husband is standing would do the world. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. On the other hand, it would be kind of entertaining and dramatic and painless. He wouldn't know what was happening. But what I'm seeing is the relationship you're in. It's this card, as you can see, it's different generations. Try not to look at my hands because I've been gardening. So, but it's like an older guy, a younger woman, an old person, couple dogs. The dogs symbolize loyalty, by the way, in tarot. Or they could just symbolize dogs if you have dogs. But I like to think loyalty.
I do.
I think this person I think you're going to stay together. And he can also get if he's having stress issues right now, there's a lot more affordable and sometimes free mental health care. Call your representative. That's what our Congress people and Senate and local representatives are there for. They're there to help us find answers. So I am just getting the feeling that you're coming into one of the, and I'm not just saying this. Honest to gosh, I don't just say stuff, obviously. But I will say, I think you're coming into one of the best years of your life. And I mean that. How is that, my love? Did that answer anything for you? I think your relationship is going to work out. I think you're going to stay together. I think you've got
That
a
feels
good
good.
blended family. The kids get along, which is key. His
Yes.
kid's nice.
Yeah.
Your kid.
Feels
Yeah.
good. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I get me chills.
So,
I mean, I have the chills, and I mean, what you said about I have I have some abilities. I don't know exactly how to
yeah, you do.
work
You know
them,
what? Next week, I'm going to
process
announce
them.
a class that I'm running. It's like $10 on how to develop your psychic skills. Tune in next week or check my Facebook account. My Facebook is Peri Lyons, Peri, like periwinkle, Lyons, Lyons. Just find me there and you'll see announcements and stuff. So I'm so glad I met you. You're lovely. And happy belated
Thank
birthday.
you.
So, all right,
Thank
my
you.
love,
You too.
I'm going to take Narelle, but stay in touch and let me know how you're doing, okay?
Thank
Yay.
you.
My pleasure. Hi, Narelle. How are you? Are you still there, Narelle?
Hello.
Look. Hi,
Yes.
baby.
How are
G'day.
you?
I'm great. I wish I was in Australia, but as my listeners know, I lived in Sydney and Darling, it hurts to see you in Darlinghurst, um,
Oh yeah.
in Sydney for a while, and I love Australians. I love the culture. I love everything there. So,
Yeah, it is
how can I help
beautiful.
you? And when is your birthday?
My birthday's the 4th of March.
Oh, for really? You're Pisces too?
I'm a Pisces.
Rock on, sister. Pisces women. I have to say, I love Pisces men. They're incredibly charming. Honestly, they're a little weak. They're adorable. But
Oh,
Pisces women, man, we can take on the world and look cute doing it.
we could.
Just saying. So, how can I help you, my darling Narelle? It's so funny you have the same name as my poor friend I lived with in Sydney for a while.
I'm trying to get some closure in my life.
Trying to get some closure.
Does it make sense? Yeah.
Okay.
I've had quite a few deaths this year, so I just want to see if there's anything coming through from the other side, any messages.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, let me see who's coming through. I will tell you, sometimes it's good to get a little specific because if I just crack the door open and go, the first person who comes through is usually like a great aunt on your cousin's side. It's like, there are a lot of people waiting behind that door. Can you get a little more specific so I can be a little more effective? Nothing against your great aunt, your cousin's side.
No. My father.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, he's delightful. Oh, he showed up quick. Is he kind of Irish or English looking? Kind of high color? A little on the bigger side? I don't mean fat. I just mean like broad shouldered or like barrel chested. Yeah?
He used to be.
Yes? Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they tend to present at around 35 because even after we're dead, we're still vain. And that's when we look the best. It's like around 30, 35. I just love him. He was very hardworking. And do you have 2 brothers?
One. I
One?
have 2 sons.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So he had 2 sons, or you
I've got 2
speak
sons,
up a tiny bit?
but he only had 1.
He only had 1. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting 2 brothers. I don't know why. Interestingly, he loves you a lot, but you're actually doing pretty well. Your brother is pulling focus for me a bit. I don't think he's doing as well as you are. Your father would like you to get in touch with him. I don't know if you guys are speaking or not.
No.
Yeah, I know. You might have to be the bigger person. I think he's in a lot of pain. He'd have to be that nasty to you. he was, I'm not going to use the word that starts out BAS and ends in TARD, but that's kind of what he was to you. So I think I just spelled out the whole word. Sorry. Yeah. That's kind of because he's married to a witch, and I apologize for my spelling. Sorry, I don't mean to be negative. We've got 2 minutes. So what your father would sometime in the next year, if you feel like being the bigger person and reaching out to your brother. I'm wondering if your mother had a miscarriage or something. I'm definitely, but he also just loves you. He didn't pass that long ago. It feels like 8 months.
Yeah, February.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's very present. He's also very mischievous. I think in life he was very playful. Is that correct? Had a great sense of humor. He's very funny. I really like him.
I didn't see him for probably 7 years before he died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I only just found out that he died. Yeah.
Did I wait? Say that again.
We didn't talk for 7 years, and I've only just recently found out that he died back in February.
Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. He wasn't saying that. What I do know is he loves you. We've got about 30 seconds, so I'm going to talk really fast. But I'm a New Yorker, so that's really easy for me. Here's what I want you to know. What I'm getting from him is that he's very apologetic. Honestly, I'm not going to say what he had a problem of some kind. I'm not going to privacy things. So I'm not going to go into detail, but you know what I'm talking about. And he could be very difficult. He's very sorry for that. He's very sorry. But his basic self, who he really is, just loves the hell out of you. He really does. And you're going to start seeing things move around in your house. They might not move when you're looking at them, but you're going to put something down, you'll turn around, and it'll be gone. That's him trying to get your attention, and he's sorry. But boy, does he love you. And you were also named after, I think, his mother. So I've got to Zoom. I'm sorry we didn't have more time, but he's there, and he loves you. Try me back next week. We'll go into it more, okay? Thank you, my cherished ducklings. I love you guys, and that color looks great on you. See you next week. Bye.